So Chad Ochocinco Johnson, I think that's how you pronounce that name, gives a $1,000 tip in a North Carolina restaurant. And the reason why I wanted to cover this is one, personal finance, all that kind of stuff, right? But it's kind of funny that a former NFL star did a Chad move by giving a very nice tip to, you know, the waitress or waiter. So, former NFL star Chad Johnson handed out a whopping tip to a server in North Carolina while spreading love and sharing a fun fact about himself. See, I think that's kind of like a fun way to do it. It's just like to actually have fun with the whole tipping thing, right? The ex Cincinnati Bengal wide receiver, known for his on the field speed, off the field antics, and numerous name changes, shared a picture on Twitter Wednesday that showed he added a $1,000 gratuity on a $24.39 check at Stephanie's restaurant in Greensboro, and Johnson captioned the post Proverbs 11:25, a Bible verse that reads, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." To the left of the tip, the 44-year-old retired wideout, I guess wide receiver, wrote, "I once scored 6 touchdowns in Madden using myself," in reference to the NFL video game named after the late coach and broadcaster John Madden. Below his signature, Johnson scribbled, "I love you." And honestly, like, I feel like this is a really cool thing to do, right? Because, for example, if you're in a financial situation where, financially speaking, money doesn't really, like $1,000 or $5,000, $10,000, doesn't really mean much to you in your personal life, but you giving to you a small amount of money as like a tip to someone where this could literally be like double their paycheck can literally mean the world for them, right? So you can literally make someone's day, feel great about making someone's day, and potentially have direct impact on that individual's life, right? Because I like this way of giving, like I view this way of giving way more impactful directly than donating money to charity, right? Because a lot of times, if you're not careful, when you donate money to charity, you will actually end up paying, for the most part, the infrastructure of the charity and very little to the actual cause, right? So, my line of thinking is like, okay, well, I want to help out maybe a single mother. Well, if I know that there's a single mother in a restaurant that is kind of struggling with their bills, living paycheck to paycheck, or doesn't have enough money to go like buy gifts for her kids or something, if you knew where that person was working, if you knew about this person, you could just go there, get good service from them, and then tip them $1,000 or however much that you're willing to tip. That's more than the average amount because you could literally change their life even a little bit by doing that. I think this is a great way to be generous, right? So let's continue. So Johnson, who in 2006 began wearing Ochocinco, his jersey number in Spanish, and 2 years later changed his last name to Ochocinco in 2012, switching it back to his original surname, was a member of the Cincinnati Bengals from 2001 to 2010, before stints with the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. The 6-time Pro Bowler, who last played a regular season NFL game in 2011, recently gave a thumbs up to Jets quarterback Zach Wilson, comparing him to the Kansas City Chiefs signal caller Patrick Mahomes. Zach is extremely good. He has the it factor, very Patrick Mahomes ish. Johnson gushed in an interview with Sports Illustrated published Wednesday. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes, but you watch his mechanics, his throwing motion, the way he moves, he's very Patrick Mahomes ish. So I became a fan. And Johnson is now engaged to settling Tampa star Sherelle Rosado, who last year told Page Six that she opted to date him despite his checkered past because people make mistakes. It wasn't a concern, she said, referring to her fiance's domestic violence case with his ex-wife, Evelyn Lozada. You never know what goes on between things. I don't want to speak on that because I wasn't there, but Chad is a great person. And here's the thing, right? I really don't know why this article is even remotely talking about a former domestic violence case, right? When this guy is just trying to be generous to an employee of a restaurant, you know? Let's see some of the comments. Hey, Chad, when you're the one that posts it on social media, it certainly appears to be more about you and getting yourself attention rather than just doing a nice deed for someone else. We rarely hear about genuine nice deeds, but when we do, it's because the recipient posts it. Either way, I'm sure the server was happy with you sharing some of your abundant wealth with her that day. And here's the thing, right? I understand people's like reasoning, like what this person has, like we're like, oh, you make it about you, even though you're trying to like give money or do like a nice deed to someone, but you just had to share it, right? I understand that viewpoint where people kind of like feel salty about that, but at the same time, if just one person sees the post, sees Chad getting a lot of publicity doing that, they might repeat that. Meaning, they might repeat doing a good deed just for views, but more good deeds will end up happening because of that, right? Instead of so many people posting really bad stuff that they're doing so that they could get likes, hits, all that kind of stuff, views, all that kind of stuff, right? Instead of promoting negativity, I think it's a great thing to promote something of you being generous because that might lead to more people more willing to be generous, even if it's for like a vanity situation. There's still more people benefiting from the generosity. And this equates to what in normal folks' dollars? Probably like a penny for like the average person. But that's what I'm saying. Like in relation to the like average American citizen versus Chad, this is like less than a penny, right? For the average person compared to like, you know, Chad, right? Like for Chad, this like literally means nothing in terms of like how much money he has versus that. Yeah. Either way, I think overall it's good. So feel free to give your thoughts. I personally think that regardless if you view this as like a vanity thing, the promotion of a good deed is still an amazing thing. By the way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money and see how I was able to do that and grow my net worth, go down below and learn how to get out of debt or go to 40bucks.com.